Howdy, y'all. You know what to do by about now. Howdy, Patrick. Hello, sir. How you doing today? Gotta say it. Oh, there's Gamecock from somewhere in the Georgia area. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to seeing somebody light themselves on fire, Gamecock. I don't know who that might be. But if you're brave enough to do that Death Nuts challenge, I'll make sure that I'm brave enough to let everybody know you're going to do it. Ah, ice water. Very nice on a nice, warm, sunny day. Look at me, I'm wearing orange. Starting to sweat through this shirt too. So how we doing today, fellers? Uh, Maybe this weekend. All right. There is no shame in stopping. And seriously, if you think you might have a medical condition of any kind that would cause you to have problems, just don't. It was y'all would say that real men don't wear orange, and of course that would completely negate the Astros. Yes. Huh? What? Howdy from Houston, y'all.
We did them to tell that to the construction workers out on the freeway.
Yeah. Then there's the point my wife just brought up. I dare you to drive into the construction zone out there on the freeway and say that real men don't wear orange. Don't worry. The beating that you will receive, you will have campaigned for, and you will become elected to be first class. Whoop the hell out of. I would suggest leaving your vehicle somewhere parked elsewhere
Far away.
because
A track hoe does a job.
yeah, construction equipment tends to destroy anything that it can get a hold of. But you go ahead and say real men don't wear orange. Go for it. Even better, you really want to go crazy, pull into the port, whatever port, right there near wherever you're at. Here in Houston, we would call it the Port of Houston. Just pull in there, whatever you want to pull in there with. Somewhere between truck drivers and heavy equipment operators, your level of destruction will be complete pretty quickly. Real men don't wear orange. Uh huh. Sure. And don't go telling the Union Pacific, because there's lots of those guys out there messing around with them trains, and they wear plenty of orange. Some high vis is yellow, some of it's orange. I can prove that. Working in the plants, I wore yellow or orange, and sometimes it was a mixture of both. But it tends to be the guys who are in the construction equipment wear the orange. The guys who are running around the construction equipment wear yellow and reflective. You don't have to so much be seen when you're the one driving the big equipment that needs to be able to see everybody else. Just saying. And besides, haven't you heard? Orange is the new black. That was even proven with presidents. We had a black president and we had an orange president. Orange was the new black.
You just said that.
What? People want to hate me? I didn't tell the man to walk into the damn spray tan booth and spray tan himself to that color of ugh. And then, of course, Democrats made fun of him for it for hell. 4 years. 4.5, really, I guess, because they also made fun of him for it when he was just a candidate. Back when everybody says, he won't be president, I guarantee it. Everybody was saying they'd guarantee it. And I want to know where that guarantee money is, because he was president. Just like Biden's president. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference to me. It's just somebody else sticking their backhand into the taxpayer's back pocket. Oh, that's right. The Gamecocks do have an interstate rivalry with that team that whoops them in every event, except for maybe Scholastics.
Excuse me.
The Clemson Tigers. That's right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. By the way, howdy, James Burrows. What do I do? Right now, just about nothing. My wife is surprised I'm actually admitting that. Previous to this, I've been an electrician. I'm pretty damn good at that too. And a boiler inspector. Burley Nut Bob, howdy, sir. Steph, howdy, Steph. So glad you could make it today. She asked when I was coming on. I had to tell her. Any updates on Skip? We would love to know when Skip's coming home. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty warm here, Bob. It is pretty warm. Uh, it's not it's not August yet, so we're doing what I can. But yeah, howdy, Everett. Oh, sorry, Steph. Didn't mean to open sore wounds right now. Well, it's been raining also, which has kept the heat down, but the humidity's way up. The air is almost thick enough that you can feel it pressing against you, like a wet sheet. I mean, seriously, you want to know what it feels like to be in Houston right now? Do one bed sheet, fitted or not, throw it in the dryer for about 10 minutes, knowing full well that it's going to be warm, not hot, and then just drape it all over yourself. And that's Houston right now. Howdy, Chad. Oh, don't worry about tamping the like button. Gotta remember, with a billion or more options of things you could be doing, y'all have elected to hang out with me and chill out and wait around till Mike gets his show up and running. It's all the likes and thanks that I actually need. I will tell you that I'm looking forward to this weekend. 4th of July. You know, someone like me enjoying 4th of July. I don't know why that would be. The only part I don't like about it is all the amateur fireworks agents that decide to pop up all over the place and blow up hundreds of pounds worth of gunpowder for almost no reason. It scares the crap out of my cats. Hey, speaking of cats, I saw on Instagram today one of those little meme cards that says, "You notice how nobody ever has 3 cats? They have one or two, and then instantly it jumps to 21. I have 3 cats. But you will get them back, Steph. It's okay. You know what that means? That means you can do some day drinking, and there's nobody there to sit there and say anything about it. Yeah, doesn't somebody almost always set fire to California right around the 4th of July? Derek Tant, howdy, sir. I love fireworks too. Louder, bigger, better, sure, not a problem. But I would prefer that they be professionally done with a start time and an end time instead of the all day for 3 days with no general thought towards, okay, it can end now. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good fireworks show. We've got some mighty good ones here in the Houston area. With all these oil companies, they like to have that tax write-off, so they'll throw it out there. Free entertainment for the whole community. Big name fireworks shows and stuff. They do quite well with it. But I do enjoy not having to worry about what's going on with people throwing fireworks right out in the front yard. Very nice analogy there, Chad. I think I will reiterate that one aloud. Amateur fireworks buyers are like Rosie O'Donnell at an all-you-can-eat buffet. Pretty much. They have no self-control. That's all I'm really wanting, is for a little bit of self-control. Jay Bouton, howdy, sir. For any of y'all who haven't been paying attention the last couple of days, Jay's going to be having an auction during Cane Rod's normal spot. In case y'all are really unaware, Cane Rod's going to be normally on Fridays, directly after Yardism has a live stream. Well, this coming Friday, Mr. J. Mouton is going to be taking over that spot, doing a little bit of an auction to help out with the LaDon Mott family. So keep that in mind. Start reaching into the pockets, dig deep. You might come away with some damn nice pipes. Unless someone digs deeper. Just saying. Well, Derek, if it's in your own backyard, I don't fault you for that. It's when they set them off and then I'm picking up the fireworks stuff for the next 3 days out of my own front yard. And because I've got cats, I'm not setting off the fireworks because it bothers my cats. So I shouldn't have to be picking up the crap that comes with it also. Which kind of means that they've been setting them off a bit too close to my yard, in my opinion. Howdy, Boris. Huva Ilta. Great to see you here. No, I thought Myrtle Beach actually had some decent shows. I know there's one that goes right out over the water. Of course, if the weather's rough, they won't do it at all. And that happens. It happens. You get the wrong set of a tide or a storm blowing in, there's no reason to be trying to blow fireworks a couple thousand feet up in the air. Nobody's going to be out there trying to drown just to watch them. You know, they're standing there staring at the sky with their mouth open. They're going to try and drown themselves. Turkeys do it. I mean, I guess humans can have terminal stupidity that way too if they really, really choose to. I'll let them. Steph, there's nothing wrong with being a sort of kind of a little bit happy that somebody possibly purchased some stuff that for them is useless, but that you can somewhat make a purchase of and then possibly make it profit. You got to look at it this way. With briar, you never know if you're going to get good briar or bad briar. You hope like hell, but every once in a while you're going to end up with bad briar. For someone who makes pipes, that could be as expensive as just throwing a $30 to $50 chunk of wood right out there in the burn bin. Now, if somebody comes through and offers to purchase some of that for $10, that's still way better than, great, I'm out the whole $30 to $50 on this chunk of wood that's now a piece of junk. Oh, but if somebody wants to use it, I can at least recoup a little bit of it. Howdy, Jose. How is Villarica? A lot of people get it confused. They think that the Chile flag is actually the Texas flag. Only a slight little difference. Jay, yes, I do understand. Look, yeah, a $450 batch is pretty extensive. But if you could make 50% of that back just by selling it to people who would actually do something with it other than that, that's still better than no money at all back. Well, Chad, there's always that risk. Howdy, DDT. Who has gauze? Anybody who knows if anybody's got a GAW going on, please throw it in here in chat. We definitely want to know and get the word out that people are doing such things. I barely keep up with it myself during the summer because it just gets to be a drain. Just hot. Well, that's horrible, Jay. I didn't realize you were really that far into the process when you found some issues. Hey, don't worry. I've done it. Look at that crater right there. Oh, and there was this one right over here. Yeah. I had a beautiful pipe going, and then I found two spots that are just horrible. Sand pit. Big craters. But I like the pipe because it reminds me that I'm not perfect. It's like that old theory where Caesar had himself a slave that walked around behind him, and as everybody was screaming, Hail Caesar, his only job was to keep telling him over in his ear, you're only a man. My imperfect pipe reminds me a lot. I'm not perfect. It now, Jason, it does slightly warm my sense of being because I've gotten some real craptastic blocks from time to time, and I'm pretty much 3 for 3 right now. Yes. Yeah. Me and my ugly pipe. Well, we would love to hear from him. Come on, Skip. Get in here. Old Mike Krantz. I have not seen the keeper of the Canadian Kraken. That sounds mighty nice of you there, Jay. Of course, us Southerners, we tend to be a pretty nice folk. Jose, somebody that I'm refusing to name, but who lives out in Boca Raton, had their boat sink right after they released a video that said it was Mike Week, not Pipe Week. Howdy, Skip. Okay, so I saved it just for Skip, but bowl call. What are you smoking? What are you smoking it in? Skip, we miss you, brother. Just remember, if you can't stay on, don't worry about it. We're just kind of happy that we actually got to see you. We know reception might not be the best out there in the Aleutian Islands. Ooh, see, now there it goes. He's right there. That's why I never make fun of anything dealing with any of the microphones around here. There is no microphone week. It doesn't happen. So Pegasus Pegasus in a 673, 2-year-old sixpence in a Meerschaum Hawkbill. Eileen's Dream all day long today. Very nice stuff. Dunhill Army Mount Dublin with PHGS. I know what PHGS is, but I'm lost. Somebody's going to inform me on it. It's fine. H.H. Burley for Boris. Havana Daydream and a Savinelli Oscar Tiger 673. Very nice. So Skip, are you taking good care of your red Gumby suit? Mike, you're almost always listening in when I'm doing the tailgate here for you. So I had a feeling. Howdy, Dave. How's it going, sir? Mike, you're gonna have to just read Dave's comment. I'm gonna leave that to y'all. Y'all can enjoy that any way you like. Oh. Well, Skip, compared to El Paso, anything up there in Alaska is going to feel like winter. Be surprised if you don't have 2 Briar Blues sweaters on. It is the Volunteer Piper. One half of the Nashville Mafia. Howdy, sir. Horatio, howdy, sir. Great to have you in today. And howdy, Ganjuana. How is Nebraska? I'm hearing that y'all are suffering from some heat wave. DDT, yes, there are places that it's hotter than Texas right now, but don't worry. When August gets around, ours will stay constantly as deep fat fry. There's a reason that Houston's the air conditioning capital on the planet. Not just the United States, but the whole planet. 78 would be nice. I woke up, it was 78. And I'm calling this a nice day. So, Gamecock, just letting you know, there's a certain Nashville mafioso boss that is headed towards the Atlanta area on Friday. We're trying to get him to hook up with either Martin or you. Just a thought. I wouldn't mind 84. If it stopped at 84 degrees, if that's where the heat stopped at, Houston would be a perfect location year round. Well, believe me, I can understand some places burning. Hopefully, that kind of stuff doesn't happen too often. Well, let's see. Who do I feel would be the best football player in the world? Are we talking right now, or are we talking of all time? Of all time, well, we're going to say Pele, and I'm going to just leave it alone. Um, but if I had to say of right now, yeah, for me, I guess it would be a toss up between Messi and Cristiano. But yeah, it kind of really goes down to everybody's own personal feelings on that, which. I mean, so yeah, if we decided to talk American football, well, the greatest player of their position of all time would have been a guy by the name of Ray Guy. Kids, Kid Stabler would have been up there pretty high, but Ray Guy, I believe, has set the bar so incredibly high for a player of any position. His legits might not ever be touched. Well, it depends upon who you're asking. Major League Soccer has a large following, but it tends to primarily be in locations where there is a higher than average Hispanic population. That's not to say that us people who are not Hispanic don't watch it. That's just to say that's where it tends to have a higher than average uh, viewership. So they have found that it's a way to make money, and that's just one of the things to do. Right? Yeah, burning down the town is also a pretty popular sport, uh, especially up there in the Pacific Northwest. Not really sure I understand why people would want to burn their own town to the ground, but okay. I wouldn't really call football an industry. It's a sport. Because I'm a sports fanatic, I will watch it. But for it to be an industry, it's going to have to really, really do more than just a few stadiums worth of jobs to be an industry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I like a good game. I mean, I've seen some really good games. And because I'm a fan of pretty much all sports, I've taken the time to learn a little bit about it. And a lot of the boring stuff that go into a soccer, football, there's a lot of it that's more strategy. It just doesn't seem to always appeal to everybody. Oh, I watch Australian rules football, full on rugby, caber tossing. Yeah, yeah. Let's load up a big chunk of granite and call it curling. As long as it's interesting, hell, I'll watch golf. And if they could ever figure out a way to score it, I'll even watch synchronized knitting. I do sports, all sports, motorsports, the sweet science. Oh yeah, the Scottish Games, World Strongman. There's some good stuff there. Howdy, cool guy. Oh yeah, definitely MotoGP. Yeah, anything on two wheels, I'm all over it. Willie, I'd leave golf out of it, except for the fact that it's a sport. Right up until I shattered a kneecap, I could actually do something out there on the links. But then after I shattered a kneecap, I can't get the ball to hook or slice or go straight when I want it to. It will always do exactly what I don't want it to do. So I've given up on golf, but unicycle jousting, now that sounds like fun, but only with bagpipes. some of y'all know the video that I'm referring. F1 racing, love that too. I even watched the Red Bull Flutog, which is where those people make stupid costumes and then jump off of a man-made cliff into a body of water just to see how far their piece of cardboard can fly. Cornhole's okay. DDT, you would be surprised. On Sunday morning, not but maybe 4 miles from here, there was well, the place failed because of bad management, but they had every Sunday morning from 8 o'clock in the morning till noon was a dedicated curling time out on the ice rink. And I think they had 8 lanes worth. And yes, I might mispronounce some of the total wording there. But they had the equipment there. They had people there to actually teach you how to do it. It's actually pretty fun. I'm not really actually very good at it. I always want to put just a little bit too much power. But man, when they hit down on the other end, it clears the whole lane. In fact, my team used to sit there and say, hey, we're going to lose this, just clear them. And that's what I would do. I mean, I was pretty good at sweeping. But when they just needed them cleared, hit it. Well, Ganja, I'm going to tell you, that's one sport that I never actually chose to watch. I think the troll didn't expect me to just jump in and go sports. It's tailgating. Of course I know sports. I love sports. But for the most part, nobody wants to ask about sports. Derek Tant, great question. Very good question, sir. I am fairly certain that Jason does have a PayPal. Mike, if you're watching, if in case that doesn't get answered, if you have the answer to that, can you discuss it on your channel? Which, I guess we're going to be over there in about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little bit longer. Granted, I don't want people to feel that I'm trying to not answer that question for Derek, but because of the exact subject, I do not want to be telling you wrong information. But from what I remember of the last auction. Okay, so Derek, just in case, Jay Mouton says it's in his video description. Pick any video. Thank you, sir. I'm glad that we can get that information out. It's good information. It's stuff that we really should have known. And I wish I had known earlier, so I could have just gone ahead and fielded that question for you. But I will know for next time. By the way, did y'all see the last pipe that was auctioned off by Jay Mouton? That swirled, bent sitter that, oh God, I can't describe it accurately enough. I'm going to tell you, beautiful pipe, by the way. God, there's just no way to say that any better than that. Ganji, I'm not a grandpa yet. I gotta wait till October. I'm not sure how the grandbaby is. I will get updates as I get them. But I'm really looking forward to October and getting to meet my very first grandbaby. As far as I know, she doesn't even have a name yet. The freehand lotus, yes. Man, I saw that pipe and I started drooling all over myself. Reed Bender Bud, howdy, sir. No, Gaji, not yesterday. I was just announcing it to all of my friends yesterday. Yep. I'm going to end up being a grandfather. Which is completely blowing my mind. I'm crazy happy about it. And I'm going to still be young enough that I can play with my own granddaughter. And if they never have another child, that's fine too. And if they have a whole mess of children, that's fine too. Just like I said, there I was just a couple weeks ago going like, hey, if it never happens, no big deal, blah, 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 blah. They wait till the week after Father's Day to tell me, which is fine. They probably knew I'd freak out. It's okay. I don't mind. I'm going to try. And unlike everybody's advice, I am not setting out to just spoil my grandchild. I'm going to. But I'm not just going to set out to spoil them. And I'm not going to do that. Here, let me hop them up on sugar and caffeine and then return them. Not that mean. Well, Chad, he outlived Mr. Overton. And Mr. Overton lived to 108, almost 109. And he said cigars and bourbon. And I actually did get to sit down at one point in time with Mr. Overton. And we had a cigar and we had a bourbon. Right there at his house in the Austin area. Now, there's a lot of people that thought it was kind of strange. White guy coming in. When I walked up, I was in my coveralls. I'd been at work. Knew where he was. Found out where he was. Found out what stick he liked. I brought a small flask worth of bourbon. I had a small glass of it. I left what was left over with him and left him a couple of cigars. And I sat there and I listened. And for a while, he didn't say much of nothing. We just sat and smoked. Well, cool guy. My grandfather on my dad's side died when I was 5. The day I turned 5. I still have some bare memories of him. What do you mean, and then? I had a cigar with Mr. Richard Overton in the Austin area. And a glass of bourbon. We just kind of sat around. Just hung out. He's no, and then finished my cigar and thanked him for spending some time with me, and I left. Don't worry, cool guy. Ain't nothing to be sorry about. Hey, Dave, what does the fox say? Of course I said no, and then. You were coming through the speaker just fine. It said, and then. You're the one that brought the movie up. All I did was remind you of it. Going to eat. See everybody on mics. Steph, you take care. Skip, if you're still here. I know you're probably going to run over there and eat with Steph if you can. We don't mind. I just got notification that Mutton Chop's about to beat a dead horse. That's right. It's Canadan Day. According to my mother-in-law, it's Canadan Day. She was just having a hard time getting out that it's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to all of our brothers in the great polar north. Except for, of course, Boris, which Canada Day doesn't mean nothing to him. Boris, just happy that you're here. No, not Cannabis Day. Come on, Dave. Not a problem, Everett. I forgot that it was Canada Day. I feel bad that I do forget such things, but it's a great part about tailgating. Y'all can remind me of such things. Oh, look, Mike's live. All right, so with Mike being live, we're going to jump over and watch his show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for joining in today. Of course, it's never going to be a tailgate without you. I've had more fun than you, I believe. Let's do our best at taking care of one another. We do a really great job with that. Let's just continue. And as always, long lives, big bowls, and long ashes. Y'all take care, and I will see you over on Mike's channel very soon. Bye now.